During the feast, conversations were had, questions were raised, and information was extracted. Seeker Asum had requested to have been met in the foyer by a rogue here who forgot and then decided to go on his own upstairs, following the Briarwoods to the second floor where their guest room was set.
Tight.
He distracted one of the guards with his serpent belt, knocked out the other, entered the room, and found himself face to face with the Briarwoods themselves. Who
that did not lead to further hallway. In fact, that just led to a bedroom.
Yeah.
That ended right there.
Yeah. It went right into their guest room.
Right there.
So, after a brief discussion, a little bit of awkwardness, you attempted to leave, but were placed in a holding pattern, if you will, by a hold person spell, and had the two Briarwoods come up to you, whisper in your ear that you had nothing to worry about. You look delicious. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
First roll. Not an unimportant one. Not at all. First roll of the night. Could kill Leaf.
No. That's good.
18.
Hey.
It's an 18.
What was
You're so
that?
demure.
How much?
I'm frozen.
18.
You feel your muscles relax, and the sweat that is still brimming across your face, you feel for the first time in these moments that seem to just stretch on forever, you have control of your body. Though you do feel the hand of Lord Briarwood right on your shoulder, who now at this point, as you become conscious of the fact that you are in control of your physical form, his voice comes very heavily, the bass kind of kicking into your left ear.
Indeed. We do require allies. I would have you prove friendship.
And as he kind of takes and moves his shoulder away, you find yourself kind of torso moving towards him. You lock eyes with him. And he has this kind of knowing grin, his lids taut slightly with this kind of condescending sense of knowing. I need you to go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. This is technically a charm effect, and you being a half-elf, you do, I believe, get an advantage on those.
That is a 21.
21. You feel there's an extension of just the sheer force, some unnatural force of charisma that attempts to penetrate beyond the usual slippery mind that, Vax holds to such a high esteem.
It's difficult to use.
I'll help you next time.
However, you manage to resist it and feel it wash over you as the slight tingling vanishes and the effect is left you unaffected by whatever he was attempting to try.
Ooh.
There's a brief moment as he kind of looks you over.
What do you need?
Yes. That's so smart.
There now. Be a good boy. Looks over. I need you to make a deception check.
Deception check.
Come on, roll.
Where did you go there? Ooh, that's not as great. That's 15. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What can I do to help? I'm pretty meager a servant, but anything you need, whatever you need. Gosh, you guys are good looking.
Lady Briarwood at this point is kind of a couple steps closer, still about 15 feet from you.
Yeah.
And he's right behind you, like between you and the door.
Yeah.
She steps forward and kind of looks over at her husband again and goes, "So, what do you think? Can we trust him?" And Lord Briarwood kind of leans forward, and you can feel like his chin kind of peeking into your peripheral vision.
I'm afraid not. It seems.
Well, here's the thing you need to know about Uriel. And I take a step back.
Into him?
No, or
He's
away.
like
He's between
away.
you and the door. Okay.
Well, does he hold me if I turn? Well, I just said that,
Right.
right? Here's the thing about Uriel.
As you go to move away,
pivot.
his arms, they're on your shoulder,
Yeah.
just kind of tighten and flex and hold you in place.
Oh, you don't want to know? Okay, I'll just save that for later.
Roll for koi.
Go ahead and
Roll for what, Matt?
since okay, since I don't know what you're going to say, I'm going to say persuasion for this.
Persuasion.
I don't know if it's a deception or not.
Is the power out of the DM's hands for a moment?
Oh, I'm gonna use my last luck of the day.
The last one?
Last luck of
Last
the
luck
day.
of the day.
Oh my god.
Dude, walk away.
He's coming. Okay, this is persuasion.
Yes.
That's 17.
So,
Yeah.
as you say that, you know, kind of looking at them with this coy look of information about Uriel, they both kind of chuckle in unison.
Shall we?
And she gives a nod and goes, I think we shall.
Can I roll for initiative?
We're now rolling for it.
Oh, what's happening?
Fuck! Yell!
As you pull forward with unnatural speed, whoosh, the hands are back on your shoulder, and you hear this little voice say,
Bon appetit.
you take 6 points of piercing damage as suddenly you feel 2 extremely sharp, warm prongs jut in the side of your throat.
Oh, they are!
And that same cold sensation you felt across your torso all of a sudden begins to pull from the neck, and you feel as if the very warm blood around your throat begins to drain from it. You take an additional 12 points of necrotic damage,
Necrotic.
and your maximum hit points are currently reduced by 12.
Max. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, they're sucking the life out of you.
Okay. That's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use cunning action, rogue's cunning action, to disengage,
Mm-hmm.
which means nobody can swipe at me if I run.
Correct.
Okay. There's a window. Last week you said there was a window to the courtyard.
There are 2 windows on each side of the room right there.
Okay. I am running straight at the window, and as I run, I just, past them. Don't go anywhere near her, and I'm using dash.
As your action.
Yeah, and I'm just leaping out the window and saying, Jenga.
Fireball! No, I'm just kidding.
As you run past, you can see there's this moment where it's almost like they're just kind of letting it happen. There's no momentary aggression or frustration to this as you dart and out the window, falling from the second story. Everyone else, you hear Jenga whispered through. Those of you who have the earrings on.
He's in trouble.
Game time!
Let's go.
I start running towards the door to grab weapons,
Me
and
too.
I'm saying into my ear, "Where are you? What's going on?"
I'm by the bartender saying, I ordered a large, please. Can I have a slightly larger one, please? What? Oh shit! Oh shit!
I turn it into, I'm gonna go eagle, and I start scouting the halls, looking for him.
Okay.
And I'm running with them towards the door.
You
You're still fast.
burst through the hall and head up the way.
That's cool.
As you do, you can see some of the other servants kind of glance around suddenly. As you kind of whoosh up the stairs.
I poop on one of them as I go over.
Okay.
Why would you poop on a servant?
As you're gliding up the staircase leading to the
Rotate.
second floor, there are 2 servants. One kind of darts out of the way. The other is kind of looking
Well,
up
it's one of the Briarwood servants, right? Or is
No,
it one
these
of...
are the servants.
No,
of
these
knowledge.
are just-
Oh, no, I want to save it for if I fly over one of the
No, you did
Briarwoods
it.
ones.
No, it's already done.
The shit's been loose.
Never mind, it's fine.
We'll let it go.
all
So
the time.
as you
We're in poop all the time.
yeah, as you coast up, releasing your
It's true.
your avian payload.
Nice.
And
Well done, Matthew.
on the stairs, you can see, looking kind of jarred and confused, a human woman, brown hair, freckles, kind of mousy-looking servant, kind of looks up and reaches up as you kind of spatter the side of her shoulder.
Oh,
That's so sad.
That's me saying sorry.
I see what's going on.
Will never be clean.
You're flying. I cast fly myself. I follow suit behind her. And as I'm passing by the person she shot at, I cast prestidigitation. Sorry about that. And then,
Okay. The keyless spatter vanishes through arcane means. However, the servant
That
begins
person
to
just
give
had a
chase up the
weird
stairs
day.
after you guys. Not angrily, but just like following to see where the action is
Right.
going. So as you get up, you say, Jenga. Familiar feel comes over you as your muscles once again lock into place, and you kind of fall over from the momentum of the run, going face down into the cold, like kind of dew-covered grass in this courtyard area, unable to move.
Bitch.
Okay. You can like just see the little bit of moonlight up in the sky, and it's kind of this ominous image of not knowing if your friends are coming, not knowing what's happening. All you know is you cannot move your physical form, and looming over you is Lord Briarwood, kind of standing and getting to move in to kneel. This will bring us to Lady Delilah is now going to step out of the glass and kind of leap down, trying to catch herself, and falls flat on her ass. Like smacks on, like gets herself up from the ground.
It's a bruised tailbone.
Yeah, she has used the rest of her movement just getting back up from prone at that point.
How very just we.
So she's right there, but you see now in the window above her a small humanoid figure, a familiar one that was waiting for you earlier in the foyer, who apparently was hiding inside one of the dressers inside the room.
Secret.
Oh.
Is there?
When we mark a target, it does not escape, I'm afraid.
Let's see what this does.
Wait, I
All right,
this
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
9.
Okay, you take 34 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
What? Already?
Yeah. Wait. As that happens, and as my consciousness fades away, I don't say anything, but here's what I think in a split second. Okay? I think of my friends that I've spent so much time with. I think of Keyleth. Beautiful. Walking under the trees. I think of my twin sister as a young girl, folding linens with our mother. I think of my sister as an adolescent in lessons, smarter than me. I think of the woman that she grew into, hiking over many, many, many miles together. My best friend, Exalia. And before I can think no more, I say a prayer to Sarenrae to watch over my friends and keep them safe.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. With that thought cast out, the darkness swallows your vision, and unconsciousness takes you into the cold, wet grass on the floor of the courtyard surrounding the palace. A small shiver runs down your spine, Vex. A feeling you haven't felt before. A feeling of sudden and immediate, sourceless dread. And in that instant, you know there is almost no time.
Can I use my earring
Yeah.
during that? And I tell Keyleth and Tiberius that I think they're outside the palace walls.
Okay.
Copy that.
Wait, did I hear that?
Do you have your piece of door?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you would.
And I don't run. I dimension door outside of the palace wall.
Okay.
Wrong.
As opposed to being directly outside, because you haven't seen this part of the palace, you're not really have it in visual range, you haven't visited the side, you end up trying to come over into this area, you end up appearing right up here inside the room, looking at the window, and you can see down, suddenly you look about, you're in this room, to the left of you is Seeker Asum, who doesn't even notice you're there. He's kind of currently putting away a crossbow. Looking out the glass window, you can see down with just a little bit of light that's down in the courtyard, you see Lord Silas Briarwood looming over what looks to be the currently unconscious body of Vaxelan. From behind you, as you're flying over, you see the servant comes rushing up, the female one that you saw earlier on the stairway, rushing forward, seemingly with an intense look of what went from curiosity to now engrossed in this current circumstance. Kit, if you want to go ahead and take a place.
Wait, what's going on?
Wait,
What do we see? What's going on?
What just happened?
This is where she comes in.
Where does Kit sit? Where does Kit sit? Right here.
Who's this person?
Oh, I'm really sorry I pooped on you. I didn't know I was shitting on you.
I cleaned you up. Don't worry.
You never know who you're shitting on. You
That's
really
true.
should think
Can I ask
about
a question?
Lessons of life.
So,
What do we say about
as you rush in, you see this giant fireball blast through the middle of the hallway. Two of the guards are sent off to the side. There's this hurried look and this shout. And you've seen these individuals throughout the palace before, and they're part of the council. You've always kept a distance from them, just kind of keeping, you're a servant to the palace. You want to keep up appearances for many reasons. However, right now, suddenly there's this rush of energy and kind of this general sense of dread in this corner of the palace. And for the most part, just judging by this, you didn't like the Briarwoods when they arrived, and you think things are going wrong here. So, what are you going to do with your turn?
Can I join in the fray?
Oh yeah, well you're right over here in the hallway. It's kind of hard to see from this perspective here, but you're right over here.
Okay.
DM, who is this person who's just joined us? For the audience, do you know?
We don't know yet.
This is
guess we
this is
don't know.
Kit Buss, who's
Yes.
our official artist for Critical Role. Who's in from the UK to join us for one session.
That's the United Kingdom.
Where the real accents come from.
Yes. So Secret Awesome.
Secret awesome?
I hope he's awesome.
Assume he's pretty awesome. He's going
would
to
assume.
leap down here.
Don't be an ass.
Make an ass of you and me.
He's gonna make his own acrobatics check, which he does with flying colors, because rangers are cool like that.
Ranger.
An old ranger.
Lands immediately and angrily rushes forward, going, "No!" and kind of attempts to feint into an attack. And as kind of Lord Briarwood kind of puts up his hand to attempt to deflect with preternatural speed, just whoosh out of the way. Awesome has instead reached down and grabbed the unconscious body of Vax, and is going to attempt to move you away from here. Talos does get an attack of opportunity, so you immediately take a death saving throw, instantaneously.
Wait, like he doesn't get to roll?
Yes,
No, I roll.
So you failed one.
Failed one. It just fails. Yep.
All right. All right.
Nope.
Talos rushes up to join the fray there. Is going to. Let's see. Is going to look towards Seeker Asum and say, "This quarrel is not with you." As Asum kind of looks over his shoulder, Asum relaxes his grip,
Oh, son of a.
relaxes his body, and kind of stands to attention. And you just hear him say, "My apologies. I did not mean to meddle." And seems to be kind of stepping out of the fray.
Secret soon is?
Yes. Vex. You
on, Vex.
swing around the corner, just getting to the outskirts, and you can see now there is Seeker Asum and Lord Briarwood are both kind of standing over what looks to be a small cluster of cloth. The source of the dread kind of takes over.
I scream. And can I attack?
You can, yeah. That was
Yes,
your
I
movement.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Lightning arrow right at her face.
Don't miss.
Okay, go for it. Roll for it.
Don't miss.
That's right.
Oh well, that's hard to tell.
That's
That's kind of wedged.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's on its
Alright.
own.
It's a weirdo roll.
Grand natural 20.
Yes! It comes through your veins in an attempt of vengeance at what apparently seems to be your twin brother at death's door. You pull the arrow from back your quiver as you feel like the energy gather from the atmosphere around you. While the energy itself is like a blue crackling energy, you just see it as bright, vibrant, crimson red. And you release it with a scream towards Lady Briarwood. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
She was 32.
32, alrighty.
Damage on her. Then do I get another attack though? Yes?
You do?
Okay, then I'm gonna attack her through my blazing bowstring.
Yes!
Natural 20 again! Inspired by my brother!
You certainly invoked the fury tonight. Bro.
It's real.
Moment to have it. All right, go ahead.
She loves me. She
This is against Lady Briarwood.
Nice.
Follow up on that.
This is a yes, of course.
All right,
yes.
go for it.
Okay. 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 2 for Brazers, so that's what? 17 times 2 is 34.
Hunter's mark.
Plus his Hunter's Mark damage, which is another fucking 6.
Jesus.
40. No, 38 damage. Oh my.
Well, she's
No, it is 40. It's 40 damage.
That brings us to
That was amazing.
Delilah. And she kind of looks at you for a second, and she extends one cruel finger towards you with a look of intense hatred. I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
So much mana.
You take 66 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
As a sickly beam of black energy just streaks out from her finger, plows into your torso, and you feel as if your soul is temporarily pulled from a portion of your body. For a second there, your eyes glance past the threshold of death, and you manage to pull yourself back in.
fuck are these people?
Son of a bitch.
The cold resonates through the rest of your body, and all of a sudden the temperature outside, which was already pretty chilly, now feels freezing cold. Brush of the finger of death.
I'm going first.
All right, what you got?
Fucking shit. Can I still see through the window?
You can see through the window right there, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hard at this point.
Okay, I'll use my bonus action first to cast Healing Word on Vax.
Okay.
Oh, that Vax. Back a bit by vampires, and his skin's turning pale and white. But yeah, don't worry, he's around the corner.
What's going on?
Here comes scaling, everything's gonna be alright.
I'm going insane.
All right, so go ahead and roll for how much you heal him.
I'm gonna do that, even though it's a bonus action. I'm gonna do it as a 5th level spell.
Okay. Kit.
Okay. Yeah. Am I able to move
Yes, we-
somewhere where I can see them?
3, 4, 5, 6. So you kind of would have to like leap up onto the edge of the canopy bed,
Okay.
and you can just see them past the broken window down into the courtyard right there.
Right. Okay.
As Tiberius, the dragonborn you saw kind of coast through, is kind of hovering in the air about 5 feet above you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's one.
I would like
Tiberius
to.
Stormwind.
Oh, there's lots of excitement going on, isn't there?
Definitely so.
I would like to use Crown of Madness.
Crown of
If
Madness.
I may.
Wait, I thought she was just a common guard.
Servant.
I would like to use Crown of Madness on Lord Briarwood.
Alrighty. Even with his +7.
Yay! Oh my god.
Oh my god, is something actually going to work?
He is going to use his legendary resistance to succeed the saving throw.
Oh. He's a
So
dick.
as you do that, you see like the magical energy kind of form around his head, and this like crown of darkened arcane energy forms and begins to clasp around, and he kind of looks up for a second and shrugs his hair like that, and it dissipates. And you can see for a brief second his vision come up and find your gaze.
But Matt, she's our guest.
I understand, and as it was a concentration spell, also the illusion that you currently were holding fades away. What was once the kind of demure, mousy-looking human guest suddenly appears
poo
as
on her shoulder.
a pale white tiefling, currently now existing at the edge of the bed. Image shimmers and disappears as you see her standing before you on her hoofed legs, holding what was previously a non-visible staff in one hand.
And I'm right above her.
You are right above her, yeah.
I go, ooh, nice horns.
Like, you know, kind of looking over your shoulder. You're a little bit in front of her, but yeah, you see it. All right, so
What's your
that will
name?
be your turn there.
Our friend is in
All right.
mortal danger right now. You maybe wouldn't want to hit on somebody at that
She's
moment.
a stranger. Help
Percy.
He doesn't know that. He hasn't.
I would have to agree.
You, following the suit, you manage to move around the corner of the others. You are now within visual range of both Briarwoods.
Alright, first shot.
Against who?
Silas!
Yes. I got little goosebumps from that.
That's a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll.
Rock his shit.
It's about to feel so good.
God, Percy!
Such a turn on.
Decleat this motherfucker.
Lord Briarwood, who is currently kind of staring down at you, is coming to consciousness, and you can see under his breath, he says,
There's no way out tonight, friend.
and kind of begins to lean forward before the back of his shoulder is racked by a sudden impact. You see cloth material just spatter out with some sort of dark crimson. He looks over his shoulder with anger, and you can see at that point, glistening across the moonlight, the sharpened fangs visible at the edge of his mouth. As it looks over...
Is he looking at me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm taking another aim shot at his face.
Okay, so use your second attack to reload.
As
Third
he's
shot,
reloading,
aim shot at the face while he was turning around.
As he reloaded, weakly behind him, I go, Hi, Percy.
That's 24 to hit.
24 to hit will hit.
And
Skadoosh.
that's
Oh!
that's 28 points of damage,
Nice.
and he has disadvantage on all attacks for this round.
Yes!
Okay.
Oh snap!
Shots fired! That was using the arm shot?
Yeah.
Good. So, as he turns around and glares at you, there's like a moment of clarity, and you can feel that familiar stare, that horrible glare, and the cowardice in you fights the moment of tension that you've been waiting for this sequence. As you load the weapon, he says it loudly enough for you to hear, but this voice now, you see Lord Briarwood says,
Would you look at that, dear? The pup yet lives.
a big chunk of flesh is just blown off, and you can see the bone beneath. Silas is going to, seeing the circumstance, reach down and attempt to grab you.
No.
Get out of there.
Shit.
As I see this going
13.
on, can I call out with cutting words to distract him?
You could, yes.
Okay. Distraction! Distraction! Feedle deedle diddle deedle! Distraction! 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 Feedle deedle!
Go ahead and roll a d10.
What do I roll?
D10, and it'll subtract that from his attack modifier.
Was that 10?
Yeah. Sure. 6.
Okay. With that, as he reaches down to attempt to grapple you and grab you by the throat, the fingers are coming towards you, and you try and attempt to roll the way. All of a sudden, you hear distraction, and you see like Vampiric eye roll, and then goes in for the attack. But that's giving you enough time to kind of roll out of the way, and his hand only meets the ground beneath.
Yeah.
Nice!
Yay!
As you can see, the Dragonborn is flying up to the window, and Delilah kind of looks back at everyone and sees everyone rushing forward and says, "Honey, you deal with them. Worst comes to worst." And she glances up at you. "But you."
I'm Tiberius Stormwind.
"Yes, indeed, you are." As she looks at you for a second, and there's this kind of sparkle, this prismatic glow of light in her eyes. At that point, all of a sudden, you feel this sudden surge of arcane energy suddenly just burst. Like, not visually, but just this, like, on this coursing connection, almost like two nexus points of energy. There's this tidal wave of arcane energy that blasts into your mind. Okay, you take 21 points of psychic damage.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
And your intelligence and charisma scores become 1.
What?
Oh, total?
Suddenly, language leaves you. All the spells,
Well,
the
to be
whole
fair, it
nature of
wasn't there to
spell casting, the nature of spell casting is robbed, and you know where you are, but everything is instinctual. For this point, you are essentially from a communication standpoint, a giant lizard. That'll be your turn, Scanlan.
Oh. Hi.
You're now there, face to face. You are essentially the shield of the group right now between the Briarwoods.
Hello. What a lovely dinner we had. Lightning!
All right. You go to release the spell. She immediately begins to mutter something in between. You feel like this counteract of arcane energy. If she hadn't rolled a natural 1 on her counterspell, that would have been pretty bad. But the sheer force of frustration and anger at this point now, the lightning bolt presses through her counter, and the bolt is released in that direction, arcing towards both of them.
All right, well then I will inspire Keyleth. Yeah. Can you feel the blood tonight? That's it. That's all I got. All right, so you're inspired.
Thanks. I get a D10, right?
Yeah.
Brings us to you.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to get a bit pissed now. My tail's whipping, and I would like to use Phantasmal Killer.
What is that?
It's Lord Briarwood again.
All right.
That sounds awesome.
Her accent is so fake.
I know, right?
So, Silas now is going to angrily look around and pulls off from the back. You can see this this shimmer as there was an illusion dissipates, and what previously looked like was an empty back, a large scabbard appears, pulling this giant, dark, slate gray greatsword from the back, and lunges forward towards you, Grog. Lady Delilah Briarwood steps forward up to the back of her husband. My dear, I fear it's time that we make our leave.
Make our leave?
She
They're
casts
gonna bamf. They're gonna bamf.
Cast Dimension Door. Both of them
Oh shit.
out of visible range. As you guys rush around the corner, you can see on the very edge of the cobblestone walkway, the carriage that they came in is now gaining speed and heading down.
Right now, I'm going to try and take out a wheel.
Take out a wheel. Take out a wheel.
Go for it.
Don't close the
Gonna
gates.
take out a
You're
wheel.
really
Come
loud.
on, Percy.
Close the gates!
They're all no good.
27.
Nice.
7
Come on,
hits.
come on.
Go ahead and roll damage on the wheel.
Nice.
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. All right.
It's not table.
The wheel splinters and is now coasting on the ground. The young gentleman who's currently on the top is looking over his shoulder, trying desperately to usher it away.
I still have my Sleet Storm up as a concentration spell,
Right.
so I'm gonna move it over there.
Can you just shift it over there?
Yeah, it's a concentration spell. That's a minute.
Well, no, it concentration to keep it in the area it's at.
Well,
You
then I
can't-
cast it
you can't
again.
move. So you cast the Sleet Storm again?
Yeah.
What's the range on it?
150 feet.
150 feet. Poof, the Sleet Storm lands down. The cobblestone becomes sleek. The carriage begins kind of rocking back and forth. However, it does manage to keep on its course currently. It does not get knocked prone. It's hard to knock a carriage prone, but it is kind of sliding out of the way.
Is that at a disadvantage
terrain,
because
does
it
it
only
slow
has
down?
3 wheels?
Good call, actually.
And
Thank
it's
you.
rough terrain.
That is a 2.
Gah!
All right.
Nice call.
At this point, the carriage slams onto the side of the ground and skids to a halt in the middle of the ice. The sleet's still spackling down as you guys all have turn the corner now as you approach. The door kind of slams open and you can see Lord and Lady Briarwood kind of step out.
Can I shoot my exploding arrow?
Hold on. This is as you guys are just turning the corner. You can see now Lord Briarwood stands up and he's trying to compose himself, kind of ruffles himself angrily, looking at his damaged circumstance. Lady Briarwood's kind of against her shoulder, and she kind of goes, "At the very least, I think you should come visit us sometime, Percy. You're always welcome back home. It'd be nice if you visited your family once in a while." Roll initiative. Just you, as you were the first action to take.
19.
19. Go ahead and roll. Roll the attack with the exploding arrow. She's gonna make a concentration check. She gets advantage on that for Warcaster. Yeah, it's a 19. Okay, so a portion of the outside of the carriage just blows apart. Wood shrapnel goes flying to each other side. As the smoke kind of settles in the explosion, you can see both Lord and Lady Briarwood are still standing there, seemingly unscathed by the event.
Turn your phone off!
She wraps her arms around him and she whispers in his ear, "Shh, it's all right." And they both vanish in a swirl of arcane energy. You don't recognize it because right now you don't have the intelligence to really...
I want to walk over to the carriage driver.
Can you sense where they are?
You walk over to the carriage driver, who is currently on the ground. This young man who's horribly hurt. Part of his torso is burned, and he's like,
Don't look at the
trying to
Briarwoods,
climb away.
dick.
"Please, Please spare my life. Please. I'm just... What do you want from me?
What do you know?
About what?
I shoot him in the right hand.
It's an easy enough hit. He's prone before you. 3 of his fingers are blown off, and the kind of bloody stuff. Shaking it. I'm sorry. Look.
You're from Whitestone, yes?
You don't know what it's like. I had no choice.
Well, you do now. I'll reload again and put it on his left hand.
Please don't, please. The rest of you kind of gather, and you kind of step out from the edge of the window and make your way with the rest of the crowd, kind of watching this display on the front.
Frederick DeRollo.
Yes.
Where is he?
He's gone. He's gone, sir. I'm sorry.
Lady Johanna.
They're all gone. So they all...
Julius DeRollo.
No.
Vesper DeRollo. Whitney DeRollo. Ludwig DeRollo. Oliver DeRollo.
Your family's gone, sir. They were taken. They were killed. I'm sorry.
You will tell us everything you've seen.
They'll find me, sir. They'll kill me.
No, they won't. Because I will kill you first. Tell me what you've seen.
And with that, we're gonna go to break.
You're not dead! Yay!
You guys currently are too engrossed with Percy currently pinning a young boy in the ground and shooting his hand off.
Okay.
Who's currently like, please, what do you need? Just let me go, please.
Do it,
I want you to spend the rest of your life making up for the things you've allowed to happen. I now take the butt of my gun and I'm going to knock him unconscious.
Okay.
I don't quite know. I'm just rolling what I normally do, 21.
21, at the point of life he has left. Whack! Yeah, he just falls and crumbles to the ground unconscious. Pool of blood forming under his...
Are there soldiers coming?
There are guards coming now from the palace.
Put him in a cell.
Wait! We can put him in our cell.
Yeah.
Put him in our cell. Put him in our cell!
Yeah.
But
Hit
maybe
him to Great
make sure he
Skull
doesn't bleed out first.
You can work him with your water.
He's fine. He's not bleeding. He's not. It was non-lethal damage, right? He's not bleeding out.
Well, not from the head, but he is missing 3 fingers from one hand and is currently pulling.
All right, I'll like solder up his wounds a bit.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't die.
Okay. And you all look about at the guards gathering, making questions, and there are now 2 guards very intensely harrying this this tiefling that kind of showed up out of nowhere and began aiding in the battle. You can see now one guard kind of has an arm about going towards his shoulder and says,
You! What's your name? What's your business here? You do not have approval here to be at the palace.
I have been working here for months. You did not notice?
I think we would notice a tiefling in our midst. You're under arrest. Throw her in the cell.
I walk forward and slap my hand on the guard's arm and say, "We saved Uriel. You will stand down now. Uriel would not be alive with the people around you now. She's fine. Walk away."
The guard kind of gives you a look and says,
As far as we know right now, you both, all of you, attacked 2 of our guests in the center of our own palace. They managed to flee. We're going to investigate this. Currently, we're holding no one at immediate prison sentence for this, but...
You realize your
That's
lord
good.
would not be alive now were it not for us, don't you?
Also, you're a common guard. I am speaking because Tiberius would say this, and he's not here right now because he's a little stupid at the moment. But
I'm primal, yo.
do not interfere with the businesses that we have already arranged with people who have higher authority than you. Back off.
make an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm not good at this yet! I'm gonna train in it. It's my next, it's coming.
But you do get a D6 inspiration dice.
Oh, and I also still have Scanlons!
And I walk over and
Oh, if you already have Scanlons, then that's all you need. Then.
And I walk over and stand behind her.
I'm gonna add my Scanlan. 15.
All right.
The guard kind of looks at you for a second and steps away. I mean no offense, understand we've had...
What's up? What's up? What's good?
He kind of relinquishes the hand on the side of the tiefling and says,
We're going to investigate this. I mean no disrespect to you. You've been much aid to Iman. Just understand, this is a very peculiar circumstance.
You.
What's your name?
You helped us.
Your real name?
You have interesting taste in enemies, almost as interesting as mine. My name is Lilith.
Lilith? That's so pretty.
Thank you.
And why did you infiltrate the castle?
Infiltrate? I like that.
That's how the British people say it.
Oh, really? Well.
Aluminium.
Well.
Laboratory.
Astronaut.
Let's just keep listing words, guys.
Lift.
Lift.
at this point in time, as you guys are discussing, and you're already nervous that you're out in the open anyway, not under one of your various guises, you feel this kind of warm bolt of heat in your kind of upper torso area, and you guys watch as suddenly across the front of her chest, this strange glowing red eye-like sigil emblazons across the front, and then slowly fades.
I am just looking at the symbol. I'm not looking at anything else. It's just a symbol.
What was that?
I must leave. I must leave this place right now. Immediately. I drop a shroud of illusion over myself again, become the maidservant.
Mm-hmm. What is that mark on you?
This is the mark of the broker.
The broker?
The broker. He has been seeking me, and I have been hiding here, but no longer. He has found me. This mark, it means that I cannot hide any longer. I must leave.
You helped us in battle. Do you need us to help hide you?
I would not drag you into my troubles. I know who you are. You are Vox Machina.
Oh, yes. Here's my business card.
Traveled, some of you traveled with my cousin Zara.
Oh! I had a slumber party with her.
She's so beautiful. I love her so much.
We are very close. She is a dear friend of mine, but she told me of you. I know you have your own troubles. I would not drag you into mine.
We're very strong right now and full of health.
Yes.
We protect things with tails.
Gosh. Yes. Okay, we gotta go.
Very painful.
A voice rings out suddenly from behind you towards the palace.
Oh man.
All of you, stop your business! And you look and you see there, in his robes, Uriel, which you summoned, standing at the front of the palace.
Oh.
So, am I to understand there has been a scuffle with my guests?
Your guests are vampires. Look at my brother right now.
Uriel looks at us. I'm certain there is some sort of explanation for this.
Yes.
Yes, you
They're
invited vampires into your palace.
You invited them in.
We will investigate. Right, the Briarwoods are esteemed guests of ours and friends. So this is going to be taken very seriously.
You can have whatever mages you want cast truth on me. I was bitten. This threat is real.
Did Percy find anything in the...
The Briarwoods murdered the Derolos and took Whitestone. I have proof. I was there.
Then we shall have to have a conversation. For the time being, take care of this one. Tomorrow when the sun rises, find yourself back to the palace. I would like very much to speak with you. This disturbs me.
If I may, my lord, I was present for the... Please excuse me addressing your grace, but I was present for the battle, and I did see, quite a set of teeth he had, dreadful tail, and terrible, flames everywhere, and ripped dresses, and heaving bosoms, my lord,
all right. Don't make a persuasion.
I love her!
She's just a common servant girl. She wouldn't lie.
Yes. She is traumatized.
This good. Was it 18?
Very well. Calm yourself.
It's all right, darling. It's all right.
It's awful.
We'll get you to the medics if you...
No, we'll take care of her for now.
All right, well...
I'm I'm getting the vapors. Oh no.
Take care of Take care of her. We'll talk tomorrow.
Talk to Hassoon as well. And
bring
again,
me what proof you have.
Talk.
These are
to
very,
Hassoon.
Yeah, where
very
is Hassoon?
serious things you're discussing. Allura kind of takes Tiberius, take you by the elbows and leads you over to the rest of the group as they ride off. Like, if you are indeed going to a cleric, perhaps you should take Tiberius with you. He is not well.
He seems totally normal to me. Seems like every day. Yep, that's pretty much basic him.
You all eventually make your way to the Temple of Saren Ray.
Say, please, sir, I hope we're not disturbing you, but we need your help again.
I totally eat it and just hit the ground.
Really?
That wasn't my fault this time.
The two clerics step away as the older one steps forward. He's kind of balding on top, this long, struggling kind of white-gray hair that kind of...
I go up to him and start sniffing him.
As you approach, he puts his
He
head out.
used to be a very intelligent sorcerer. This is part of the problem.
There does appear to be arcane residue on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we could hope to cleanse him of this. Come, enter. Light the lanterns,
And the clerics will often start turning up the various lanterns and the magical light sources. Then, as you enter the center of the temple, a cold ripple sensation begins to curl around the back of your neck as you step in. As you do step in, too, the two clerics give you a look and are uncomfortable with the presence. And as it has, you guys, through your travels, have encountered very, very few tieflings, little on this continent. In fact, most of them you met were in Vasselheim. This one in Iman is standing out like a sore thumb, and everyone seems to be just a little put off by her
I thought
presence.
she was disguised.
That's right. You are. Never mind. I ever tracked that entire sequence.
I'm still looking nervous. I'm still looking nervous.
As she comes out of this feverish daydream, none of that happened. You catch your breath.
I'm so glad that didn't happen.
meanwhile on Dynasty.
It's illusions. Illusions. I assume, based on what you say and the nature of these wounds, that this is some sort of
They drank his blood.
vampirism.
Yeah.
From what I know of vampirism, it requires many tastes of your life force and then bringing you to the threshold of death and beyond to truly turn you.
Listen, Doc, I can't back my anybody here. Are you sure?
Lest this is some unnatural thing beyond classic vampirism, you should be fine.
Thank you for opening.
Hey, what was your name for the next time we have a dead ally?
Yes.
Next time Vax gets himself in trouble.
Or tomorrow, you mean?
Yeah.
Tristan.
Cleric Tristan?
Frequent visitors need a
Thank you, Cleric Tristan.
Of course.
Blessed be Saren Ray's name.
Blessed be.
Bishop God.
Amen.
And I awkwardly
with you.
bow out and say,
See you in 2 days, almighty brain fixer.
He steps back. The lights dim on the inside of the temple as you exit, and you guys step out into the cold night air on the streets.
While we walk back to Grey
our
Skull, what happened?
You.
I thought that I could get a peeky poo at what they actually were, who they were, and let's face it, I fucked up. Is what I did, and Percy, I'm especially sorry. To you most of all. We weren't ready. You
We
weren't
failed
ready.
you.
We haven't failed. It's not over yet. I'm not done.
We'll hunt them down.
They said your family was still there.
They're liars. Our family's dead. Vax,
Don't know what you're missing. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for your risk. Yes, you were foolish, but thank you.
I walk up to Vax and I extend my hand and I say, I'm glad you didn't die.
I love you, Grog. Would you like to draw balls on my forehead?
And I reach back and I backhand him as hard as I can.
Roll an attack.
I don't move at all, I just take it.
Oh! 22.
Go ahead and roll a d4. Divided by 2.
That's a 6. That's a 6.
No, it's 2.
2 plus your strength modifier, which I believe is 4. So you take 6 points of backhand bludgeoning damage as Grog just whack, 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 the echo from the impact.
And I say, no one kills you but me.
You kind of deserve that. Yeah.
Do you need to run from the broker, or can you stay with us for a few days?
As you guys are having this discussion, a voice rings out behind you and says,
Oh, don't worry. It's not going to help you.
Is that little shitty missing one hand?
What was that?
No, you turn around and look, and you can see a gentleman standing there, about 25 feet away from you. The male tiefling steps forward and says,
I have no quarrel with any of you. We've been scouring the city for a fugitive for a number of weeks. And as luck would have it, you guys happen to smoke her out of a hole.
I go ahead and crack my staff on the ground and cast anti-life shell.
Okay. And we're going to go ahead and have you guys roll initiative.
Get close to me! Get close to me!
Elif started this.
Wait, get close. What? What? Did I? But it's a spell I cast on myself.
Right. Casting spells, generally, for most people who know that's a bad idea.
Natural 20.
Sweet Lilith, you've been a very bad girl.
Oh.
Nefertiri, Nethspira, and Belenor would all like to have a word with you. They've paid quite a bit of sum, proven legally. You need to be taken back. Now to your friends here, it's your choice. The easy way, or the hard way.
I use minor illusion, one of my cantrips, and I puff up like a cloud of nightmare, and I glow, and my eyes come alight, my tail whips, my fangs get longer. Oh, I bet you did. I bet they paid you so much. You tell my sister I hope her face still festers.
Choice is made. And with that, he vanishes. Sight.
Shit, that is so cute.
All right, that ends him. Lilith, you're up.
Can I use Phantasmal Killer again, please?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Okay.
All right, against which one?
Against the broker.
All right. Right. So he's going to go ahead and make his wisdom saving throw. No. What's your DC?
17.
All right. So go ahead and roll 4d10 psychic damage. 4d10.
Ooh, so 29.
Woohoo!
All right. And as that hits, you can see he kind of looks at you, and his expression goes from like glee to terror. He's like immediately reconsidering his decision here. Vex, you're up. Tiberius, you're up. At the same time, we'll go with Vex first.
I want to tell Trinket to cannonball!
Oh!
The two lined up right there.
All right, so Trinket rolls forward, and both of them try and move out of the way. They both get their dex save. The other, the big, thicker character doesn't quite have the dexterity to shift out of the way and takes the full impact. Okay. He suffers 14 points of bludgeoning damage as Trinket just tears through.
Nice!
Eat it! Go Trinket!
He is knocked prone.
Yes!
Good job, buddy! Little buddy.
All right, Scanlan, you're up.
Me? Shit. Is that the old lady over there?
Over here on this side, yeah.
Okay, I'll just take a step towards her, and I will try. It's never worked for me. It probably won't work. Yeah, I'll try eye bite on her.
This is the
All right.
time.
Okay.
So what are you choosing?
I choose sleep. Nice.
Okay. So
Rock-a-bye, old lady.
comes around. She's holding this kind of gnarled wand in her hand. As she comes around, she looks at the strange look. Goes, "What is
Oh, I did.
Sleep.
Yes!
Yes! Unconscious on the ground, sleeping.
Awesome. Well done.
That's awesome.
I didn't watch Matlock.
And then I will just inspire our new tiefling friend with just kind of a little sexy dance.
Oh, right.
So you take a.
Don't you feel so inspired?
Oh, you have no idea.
So you take a D10 inspiration dice.
Okay.
You know, it makes you laugh. It's less of an attraction, I think more of like, oh, gnomes. They're so small.
How special.
The broker was not prepared for Vox Machina.
Okay. Before I start to do anything, I'm going to look him in the eye. Let's see. What is wrong with you? Don't you see there's nothing here for you? Run away before you die. There is no option, and I'm just going to start unloading. Natural 20.
Damn, son!
Pepper box.
What is wrong with you?
Percival does something, Rolo the Third, you badass motherfucker.
But
Okay.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope.
Do I have one more? How many fired shots do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Was that 5 shots or 6 shots?
That was 5. I mean, all in all, it was 6 shots, but 5 hits.
So I'm out of. All right, I don't have any more actions.
That's okay. First and foremost, how do you want to do this?
See the nostril? There's a little nostril glint.
I didn't feel bad for him.
Okay, I'm gonna do something weird here, and I'm gonna hold you on to this. I'm gonna get a little weird, and I'm just taking straight chest shots, and I'm just firing chest shots, and I'm just making a hole the size of a baseball in his chest. And as it happens, as I keep unloading, the gun still breaks, and I'm still pulling the trigger. You fool! Your soul is forfeit! Die! Die! I'm gonna look at the other two and start pulling out my bigger gun.
Oh shit.
Make an intimidation check with
And
advantage.
putting on the fucking mask.
With advantage.
With a D6 inspiration dice.
It's a bad day to do your job, son.
So, mask, gun, fuck it.
Like standing there, smoking giant hole, center of tombstone style, in the center of the chest. Or no, there would be no dripping, except for the cauterization of the heat rounds that exploded in his chest. It is just a blackened, cinderous tube where once there was a chest cavity. The broker kind of just falls onto his back with this smoldering spiral of black smoke pouring forth from the chest wound on the ground. As you stare at the other two, kind of screaming that out, you can see the old woman who's still on the ground. Looks extremely out of place and freaked out.
Sorry, Doris, you better lie down.
All right. The old woman gets up and immediately just like,
Counterspell!
5th level. Fuck it.
you would be able to, because it has been your turn since you would have your reaction back. So yes, you could. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Matt's
Poor
like,
old woman.
damn you and your counterspell. You're ruining my
Probably
Let
not.
him war against these counters. I need a
It's
counterspell.
not good for
It's
you.
not good for the old woman.
23.
So she just starts bolting this.
That's the best running I've ever seen. Little gate.
Trying to run away. The slippery wet grass. She's like kind of slips a little bit as she's trying to just get away now.
I feel bad for
I
her.
should have retired.
Job's a
That
job.
that ends her turn. Lilith, you're up.
Okay. I would like to use Animate Dead on the broker, please.
You nasty woman, you.
Okay.
He's so happy about
You can
it.
begin using it because it's a 1 minute casting time.
Sure.
I'll shoot another arrow at the other lady.
Okay, go for it. Roll for an attack.
I know she's running away, but she's bad guy. I didn't hit her, though.
You're welcome.
A 16?
It's funny. Mages don't have a lot of armor. Even with mage armor, you managed to hit her square in the back. Go ahead and roll damage.
16?
16. All right.
I guess I won't go to my granddaughter's birthday.
She goes and stumbles and kind of catches herself and gets back up, and you can see the arrow sticking straight up out of her back, like 4 inches in the back of her
Stop
shoulder
running,
blade.
Grandma! She's becoming a Monty Python sketch.
So I only get 1 6th level spell, but it says on iBite that every subsequent action I can use, I can do it again.
You just choose somebody else to do it to you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do it to her again.
To her or
To
him?
the old lady again.
You can see if you can do it to the.
Yeah, I can do it to her
Or
again.
another creature, but can't target a creature again if it's exceeded on a saving throw.
Saved.
You're right.
Oh,
You're right. So she can. Yeah, she's within range.
Cone.
And what are you doing?
Just fall asleep again. Back to sleep.
That is a 17. Nope.
Yes.
Falls asleep on the
With an arrow
ground with an
sticking
arrow
out the
right out of the back. And you kind of acquiesce to Tiberius. It's your go.
Oh, and I'll inspire him.
With?
Oh, with a musical fart.
That was a wonderful.
That was hilarious.
That was a wonderful toot.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, D10.
I'm going to look down, and I'm going to pull out my pearl blade, and I'm going to throw it in the air and cast telekinesis on it.
Okay. As you do, it catches itself spinning in the air up ahead of you. It's like strange, vibrating, high-pitched whine sound as the blades are spinning in rapid circular motion.
And I'm going to go,
Stupid bitch.
and I'm going to huck it at the chick.
Okay, go ahead and roll a spell attack roll.
Well, she did try to kill us.
She did.
Yeah.
Oh!
Jesus.
That's 31 or something like that.
Yeah, it's also a critical hit because she's currently asleep.
Oh.
So it's an auto crit. So go ahead and roll 5d4, but for all a d4 for each dagger on the spinning blade that's spinning at high speed, plus 5.
Crawl.
Well, 5d4 times 2 plus 5.
12, 13.
So 26 plus 5, that's 31 points of damage. So the unconscious woman, face down on the ground, the blade just tears through and grinds a large wedge out of her back, spraying a bit of gore across the nearby grass. Thankfully, she was asleep, so she probably didn't feel it. It was so fast.
She
But
made some bad choices.
she is definitively gone.
You are being
Definitively.
sadistic.
Yeah. As you're still concentrating on the spell, slowly the broker steps up. The eye is kind of rolled back and white. The giant wound in the chest kind of hobbles towards you.
My sisters, they sent you. They are still hunting me?
You look down at this point, notice that the mark that was left in the chest has vanished. Upon the point of the broker's death, whatever enchantment was placed upon you that was keeping you under his gaze was abolished.
Return to Palaglasterka and present yourself to my sisters. Let them see what good it will do them to hunt me.
Turns around and starts shambling.
Wait a minute,
off.
hold on.
And as he's walking away, I'm going to loot that dude. Take shit off him, man. Come on.
Okay.
Lilith, would you like to stay the night before you move on?
If I would not put you at
Not even a little.
Please, have dinner with us.
then it would be my pleasure.
And we head back to the keep.
All right.
And as the twins are walking, I say, I guess. Clearly I'm eating shit here today. I guess I'm gonna make a promise not to stray from your side.
Remember that promise.
Promise.
I lick Tiberius.
Oh, that's what that feels like.
And that will be our freeze frame credit high five for the evening. All right, so
Nice job, kid!